Welcome to Chris and Jen in the morning.
Where it's nope.
I don't know what that was. That was just terrifying. It was like a used car salesman came on.
I loved the energy.
Welcome to Chris and Jen in the morning. Today, I'm stepping out from behind the curtain to help Chris and Jen tackle the unanswerable questions that have no right answers but plenty of strong feelings. From the technical definition of unique to the definitive classification of cereal, tacos, and chili, we're exploring the beautiful tangents of the human perspective. Let's get into it. Welcome to Chris and Jen in the morning.
Where self-care meets real life.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Ace.
What an exciting episode we have today.
Guys, we have pulled the producer from behind the curtain. Here he is.
Welcome to the front of the camera.
How's it feel?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Uh-oh, it's fine.
Okay, we got to start all over again. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
kidding.
code. Well, we are super excited to be here today, and we are excited that you are here with us because we are building a community together. And today we have managed to pull Ace right into that community with us. Although he does get to hear us redo the episode about, 5 or 6 times in his ears each time before it is published. So think about some of those deep thinkers that we've done, and just be grateful for our wonderful Ace. But we are super excited to be here and be a part of this community with you. And we would love for you to join us, join the conversation. So if you are not already subscribed to our channel, whether on YouTube or you follow us on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you're listening, we would absolutely love for you to join in. You can sign up on our website to get our newsletter. We're going to get that rolling this year. So check us out. You can find wherever we are at www.chrisandjenitm.com. That is our cool website that we launched last year. So check us out.
It's an exciting spot to get to learn more about us.
Yes, which, who doesn't want to know more about us?
I find us very entertaining.
Well, entertaining we are. Entertaining we are. And let's kick it off with some gratitude today.
Let's do it. My gratitude moment is actually for the two of you, because when I brought this idea to both of you, you were super, for the conversation we're going to have to say, you were both super open to it. And whether or not you really liked it or really didn't like it, I couldn't tell, because the genuineness and excitement that you expressed made me feel like you were in love with the idea, and the fact that I get to do this with y'all weekly. So
either we're good actors or we really are excited for this conversation.
Yes.
I love this conversation. This is going to
be
a great idea.
I'm excited. I've been thinking about your teaser to me ever since we talked about it. It's really been bending my brain. So we'll see how everyone else responds. We are super grateful for you. Well, at least I am. I don't know. Ace can speak for himself this time.
He's been questioning you after the last couple episodes.
I did not mean it to sound that way.
I changed my gratitude. Thank you. That was helpful. That was helpful. Narrowed it down, very specific now.
He's grateful for us. Nope, just you. I this week got terribly sick from, whatever it is that everybody's been passing around, and did that thing where, I just go to the wall until the wall finally smacks me in the face, and I can't go anymore. Yeah. And that's when you find me showing up looking really pathetic and confused, and then taking a nap in the middle of the afternoon on a work day because I can't. And the fact that my brain can shut down to take a nap in the middle of a afternoon on a work day means I really, really was sick.
Yeah.
But then I wake up miserable and just like moaning, please, I'm lonely. Don't make me be alone. And so I'm just really grateful for the patience of my amazing husband, our producer, Ace, who came and sat with sick me and patted my back while I whined, feeling miserable.
I'm
and then got sick.
sorry that you felt that way. But I was really wondering where this gratitude moment was going to land because, wow,
That was
you went through a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot of backstory for that. But you all just need to know, like, I really am super grateful because usually if I'm a little bit sick, I just ignore it. But when I'm really, really sick, I'm pretty pathetic. And I just really appreciate having somebody who loves me enough to, like, endure it with a smile.
All right.
Oh. There are levels to Jen sickness. There's the I don't feel good. I'm gonna sit on this couch and just watch a show or read a book or play a game. And then there's DEFCON 3 sick Jen, where it's like, I don't know if I need to go to the hospital. I just don't want to be like this anymore.
Yeah. We were somewhere in between
Yeah.
those two. But like flying home, having the sickness brewing, and then the pressure in the airplane, like horrible. So then I just kept having vertigo. It was like this very strange, like I feel hungry, but then I try to eat something and then I feel very nauseous. It's weird. So glad grateful also to have moved beyond that. That was rough.
Welcome back to the land of the well.
And I had to go back and double check all the work I did on Friday because I don't think I was smart enough to be working on Friday.
You get a raise and you get a raise.
Wait,
No.
was she processing our payroll?
No, I don't do that. I leave that to people better at those things than me.
All right,
All right.
Ace, what was your gratitude moment?
My gratitude moment is I'm grateful that neither of you wear glasses.
Oh, because as a producer, there's a lot of glare.
There's a lot of glare. You have to manage your screen or manage your capture system and make sure you don't get that all throughout the episode.
All right.
So I'm playing this head bobbing game right now to where it's like all of the lights do not reflect.
All of a sudden, Chris
Oh,
and
there,
Jen
that's
just
a good one. Right there. Yeah, we're gonna go with
That's
that one.
not a good one.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys are just listening, what we're seeing is just a little intimate, scary. I don't know.
It's like bobblehead Ace.
So that's my
Trying to
gratitude
avoid.
for like this whole year as I've edited video. That's one thing I've not had to worry about on my podcast that like I do for sports and stuff. I'm always like trying to film it in such a way that I'm like,
You know, I have about 17 pairs of blue light blocker glasses in my desk. So
yeah, you could start wearing those. Sure.
I don't know actually what would be worse for you is the reflection or the amount of fidget factor that would amp up for me just having the physical sensation of something touching my face.
I love and adore you, but if you're going to get something to fidget with, it'll have to be someone else in Jen in the morning because I don't think I can do
That's
it.
where the line is. It's why I don't wear jewelry because it's just I'm very fidgety. People think I don't wear my wedding ring because, like, I don't know, I'm trying to be all sly or whatever. And like that is not what this is about. Okay.
It's also why you're not allowed to have clicky pens during this time period.
Yeah. I'm surprised you let me sit in a chair that like moves.
Oh, that's true too.
To be honest,
we should lock it down.
Really shocked about that one, but like I used to wear necklaces, and of course nothing that was too close to the neck because that like just then I feel like somebody's choking me, even though that's not real. It's like when you have socks on and you feel like your feet can't breathe.
No. No,
I'm
I
seeing the
don't.
look on your face, and
No.
it seems like you can't relate.
No,
No,
I'm literally
I
saying
can't
I
relate
can't
to that
relate.
one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not alone in this, so come on, y'all, back me up.
All
Where's
right.
my community?
Where's the sock strangling
Can't
community?
breathe
Oh,
federation.
no, don't
I think
say
it's a
that. Takes
federation.
this in a whole different direction. We are
Sock
not that kind of
strangulation
podcast.
federation.
No.
This is not
no.
a true crime podcast.
No.
Where are my people at?
Those are not my people. That's not my people. I want to be very no.
Let me be very clear.
Very clear. No. Just, your feet have to like
Breathe. I get it.
You like air. I don't know. Okay.
All
Moving
right.
along.
Well, what a great gratitude moment. Thank you all for bringing such wonderful gratitude moments. And the little tangents they take us
Look,
on.
There's no wrong answer to gratitude.
That's very true.
Well, that's probably
very...
not true. There probably are some wrong answers.
I don't know. I feel like if I were to have brought some Reddit story to you, you would feel very unhappy about that.
Who's under the bed?
Back to true crime. Okay. So I'm super excited about this week's topic because it kind of started as like some workplace conversations that were happening. And it was interesting to see how like some people were reacting to these, what I'm going to call questions that maybe don't necessarily have a absolute correct answer, but people feel very passionate about the answers in which they have for them.
Unanswerable questions with lots of answers.
Yes, exactly. With lots of feelings, maybe even, because, feelings. Everyone loves feelings.
Would we call those emotable questions?
Sure. Why not? Let's do that. We'll do that.
Do we like
That's
it?
what we'll call them.
Do we like
Emotable questions.
I don't think I like it.
What that brought it up? Why even bring it up then? Like, have that conversation with yourself later.
This is why I knew I wanted to bring these things to the two of you, because the three of us generally like net out in different places. Like I feel like we all have our the spots that we all like come from, but then just to kind of egg each other on, we move in different directions to push and pull one another.
I mean, you
in
think I'm
ways.
doing it to egg you on? I'm just like giving you the inside of what goes on in Jen's brain.
Welcome to the real world.
I mean, my real world anyway.
All right. So I want to start with one that I would say kind of got the conversation started with me. And it was this question of, is cereal a soup?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Why wouldn't it be?
It's not.
Why? What? There's cold soups. It's gazpacho.
I think a soup, the thing about a soup is that it comes together, like the flavors meld. And with cereal, the goal is like not the melding. Like, because if you let it meld, it just gets soggy.
But
you never had
drink the
Choco Dracula cereal.
I'm not a big like sugar cereal fan, to be honest. It just is.
Because then you get chocolate milk at the end, and that's like the best part.
Nah, it's just too much in the morning.
Wait, you think cereal is only a morning food?
No, cereal is absolutely like, I've done it for dessert too, but I don't like, look, if I'm going to have something that is like sugary, it's going to be like a delightful baked good or some ice cream. Like,
so back to the soup comment. Why would it not count as a soup? Like you said, the flavors don't come together.
I mean, there is such a thing as cold soup, but like soup is like, I don't know. I feel like soup is like a thing that comes together. It's got to meld.
Where do you land on this, Chris?
Like, could you say that just a mixed drink is soup?
No, that's a beverage.
But what if we put it in a bowl?
Oh, that's an interesting perspective.
What about a mixed drink with boba in it?
Well, I'm not drinking that.
Yes.
But that,
yeah.
but
I'll say
so is
that's a soup.
boba then a soup?
No.
Yeah.
It's a beverage.
It is marketed as a beverage.
Okay,
not
so
as a soup.
What if we took chicken soup and put it in a glass? Is that
Still
a
soup.
beverage?
It's still soup.
So why can't boba be a soup?
It's not. It's a beverage. That's what I'm saying. Whatever your criteria you're using to make cereal soup, it's wrong. It doesn't apply.
And Jen has made it so.
I would say boba is closer to being a soup than cereal is.
Flag on the play.
Red flag on the
Wait,
play.
I didn't hear what Chris said. What is
No,
Chris's?
so I definitely don't think that cereal is a soup. I think
But
it's
you
like
really
its own
entered-
category.
You really entered this conversation as if you were going to say that it was.
No, I don't believe so. I mean, I think I've had gazpacho maybe once or twice in my life, and I was like, I just don't know what to do with this. Like, my sensory system is like, what is happening right now? I'm not so much. I feel like cereal is its own category, like its own thing.
What about oatmeal?
Not soup.
And I'm also very confused when people refer to oatmeal as cereal as well. Like that's not a cereal to me.
Well, technically, by its very definition, it's a cereal because it is an oat grain.
Yeah, cereal
So
doesn't
cereal
really
used to
require like
define
milk.
like grains in milk.
No. Cereal is like the dry part. It doesn't need the milk to be cereal.
So
by
That's
that definition, then cereal as the milk and grain together is not a soup because you're just talking about the dry goods.
The dry goods are cereal. The milk
they're
is
little
just
pastries.
the milk is just like a way to drink it or like to eat it. Like you can have a beverage with ice or without ice. Still a beverage. Cereal is the same.
I think I've changed my feelings on this. Dry cereal is actually just dried pastries. It does not become cereal until it enters the vessel of a bowl-like structure.
The cereal
And-
aisle at the grocery store would tell you otherwise. If you read the boxes, they actually are labeled as cereal and they do not have milk in them.
Okay. Does anybody put other liquids with cereal besides milk?
Oh my gosh, I totally saw this woman on, I think it was Instagram Reels the other day, who was talking about how, I don't have any milk. All I have is half and half. So what did she do? She put water. She literally took her cereal bowl to the sink, put water in it.
Okay, well, I
And-
would do half and half, but I would not do water.
Right.
My life goal for a while was to eat cornflakes with Baileys in it for breakfast.
Bay leaves?
Baileys.
Oh, Bailey's. That makes more sense.
Baileys?
It's like, wow, you really want an earthy breakfast.
That would be soup.
No, that would be a salad.
It would be Baileys
Or would it be a stew?
in
Ooh.
water. A stew is a kind of soup.
Well, that is actually great because that's another one of the questions that I have.
All right.
Is stew and soup the same?
A stew is a kind of soup, but not all soup is a stew. It's like bourbon is a type of whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. A stew is a kind of soup. It's like a thicker soup, but not all soup is a stew.
So is chili a soup?
Chili is a type of soup. Yes. I'm very authoritative in saying this, and so you guys are just like, she's the expert.
I feel like depends on the type of stew because like the Japanese style of stew is very liquidy, whereas the
You
English
have-
style is a very much more dry type.
You have stew in your depends, or if it's very liquidy.
Same goes with chili. Like I know there are some areas of the country where soupy chili is the predominant.
Mhm.
That's
And then
what I
there are
like.
other
That's how I
areas that
grew up.
are like it's like chili rub meat, basically.
No, I don't like that. I like the chili that's like soup, like with a lot of broth, and then you eat it with cornbread or rice.
But is it broth?
The
Chili?
stew or the chili?
The chili that I grew up with, absolutely, it's broth. It's like more water.
very soupy. It's super soupy.
So
I like
do
it that way.
beans belong in chili?
Yes.
I think that is a regional thing, depending on
you
the
could do
recipe
sans
that you're
meat.
going for.
But you cannot do sans beans in a chili. Otherwise, it's just ground beef.
But
Or
as to what
ground
you were
meat.
saying, isn't there parts of the country that don't put beans in their
Yeah.
chili?
It's just
Well, that's
chunks
not
of
chili.
like whole meat, not ground beef. It's just like whole meat with chili seasonings, little bit of water just to make it like hold together, and that's pretty much
That's
it.
taco meat. That's just taco meat, guys.
Oh, great transition. Is a taco a sandwich?
No. It's not.
This falls in that same category as is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, great. Love that, because that's also on my list
A
of
hot
questions
dog
to ask.
is a sandwich.
I would
I
say
disagree.
if we're considering gyros or any of those like
It's a pita sandwich.
pita sandwich,
Mhm.
then I would classify taco as a sandwich.
I'm going to start calling it a hot dog sandwich. Because you can have hot dogs without the bun.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a hot dog on a bun, I'm just going to be like, I want a hot dog sandwich, please.
There's some places
I think
that
it would be funny to start like, you want a hot dog, and then you bring someone a sandwich. I'll slice my hot dogs.
There are some people that they slice the hot dog open, lay it flat, cook it,
Yeah.
and then put it on a hoagie with like, you know.
When we were growing up, one of the ways we frequently ate hot dogs was to take the hot dog and slice it kind of halfway down, on long ways across, but halfway down, and then stuff mashed potatoes inside of it.
I do
and then
remember
put
this.
cheese on top and put it in the oven.
I do remember me and you having this discussion.
We've exited a hot dog territory, and we've now entered casserole.
No, it wasn't a casserole. You put it on a baking sheet, kind of like pigs in a blanket.
Uh-huh.
But instead of the croissant, you have sliced the hot dog long ways, but like
hot dog
halfway
style.
through. So it sort of fillets the hot dog, and then you put mashed potatoes in the crack of the hot dog that you just made. And then you put cheese on top and you bake it.
Wait, then what does it, like, then do you put it in a hot dog bun?
No, you eat it on a plate with a fork.
I go back to it's like a casserole.
It's a self-contained casserole.
It's not a casserole. Casserole's like all mixed up. This is not mixed up. It's like I don't know.
All right, can I ask a question?
Of course.
Okay. Why do round pizzas come in square boxes?
I read that one. Because it's easier to produce the square box. Like, that was just so simple. That's not an unanswerable question. That's a highly logical choice.
I feel like Jen's a little irritated at some of these questions. She's like, there are answers to these things.
That's an answerable question. It's very
I just thought while we were talking about food, that was one of my food questions.
Oh, for sure. Like, look, I would not have to be responsible for assembling the round box to put the round putting the round pizza in the round box. Like, not interested in.
But we get other
in that.
things in round boxes, so we know it's not impossible to produce.
Yeah, it's much more expensive, I think, to produce than a square box, like a cardboard box. Like, do you get other things in a round cardboard box so frequently?
I'm trying to think of what I do get in a round cardboard box.
You get little round containers for to-go food, but they're like smaller.
Or like when you get a poster and they send the big tube thing rolled up inside.
That's not the size of a pizza.
No,
That's
I'm not
very
saying
different.
it is the size.
That'd
I'm not
be a lot of
saying
pizzas.
They make things that way. I'm just saying it's not an impossibility that we could produce
It's much
that way.
cheaper to make a
And I want to say
square
in
box that you
Chicago,
fold.
for the Chicago deep dish, they actually make a round pizza box for it.
Well, that's because it's like a lasagna.
Is it like round or is it like hexagonal? Like
Maybe it
like
is hexa.
they just kind of
You
have
might be
the-
right. It could be.
They kind of have
The edges.
edges
One,
chipped
two,
away. That
three,
could be. I just remember
7,
seeing
8.
it was like
So
a
not
weird shape,
hex.
and I was like, why is that like that? And the guy's like, oh, we just need it because it has to have taller sides and evenly
like
distribute the weight.
octagonal.
This does bring up a good question. Why don't they sell bagel bites more in a tube then?
Oh, that's a great idea.
By the way, love bagel bites. Like,
They could probably reduce the number of them, but they could increase the marketing.
No one needs that. Also, can you imagine storing a tube in the freezer? I feel like that would be impractical as well.
oh, you're hungry? Let me go grab the tube of bagel bites.
They're all frozen to the bottom of the tube. We can't
You
like
just
get our
roll
hand
it up
in
like
there.
They all
toothpaste,
come out together.
and then it just pops out the end.
The question that you posed originally for this that just has continued to baffle me. I mean, I really have thought about this every single day. There have been moments through the day while I was supposed to be sleeping at night. I have been thinking about this, and I am not sure there is a definitive answer. Does a straw have one hole or two?
It has one hole.
Right, you think that, except for, does it have two holes? Because
No, it has one. It's just an elongated hole. Does a donut have one hole or two?
right, but like those are two so very far
Well, they
apart.
only sell donut holes.
And stuff can get stuck in the middle of the straw, and then there's a top hole and a bottom hole.
But originally, it was like you could put the donut hole back in the hole, and then it's one whole thing. So,
A straw is not that way.
but a straw is the same thing as a donut. It is a cylindrical device that has a single hole that runs through the middle.
Then
Okay, so the tube that the bagel bites would go in, one hole or two.
Well, does it
I
have
mean,
a bottom?
by his
A
definition,
straw has a top and a bottom.
No, it
it's
doesn't. It has an opening on both ends that meet.
a straw has a top and a bottom.
If it has a bendy, flexible little neck thing, it absolutely has a top and a
I am
bottom.
telling you, like, I can see this from both angles. It has both just
I can
one
see
hole,
it through both holes.
and it has two holes.
Jen,
It's
I have a hole on top and a hole on bottom. Do I have
no,
multiple
you just
holes?
have one hole.
Or is it?
Apparently, you from the mouth to the other end, it all is connected. So you just have one hole by your straw definition.
Technically, there's multiple holes because there's other ways out of the body. So
I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like this truly, there are sound logical arguments for either answer here, guys.
is there though?
I don't-
Like the
I don't know what
straw
science
body
says.
is a single thing,
I
and there's
know it
only
is.
one hole that goes all the way through.
Yeah, this was one that to me also, like, I had never thought about this until like I saw this question. And I was like, wow. So I'm telling Frank, like, I was all excited to tell you guys about like what the, and so I talk it through with Frank first, and I'm like, like, is cereal a soup? Does a straw have one hole or two?
What was Frank's take?
He was like,
These are dumb.
wow, you got a deep conversation that's gonna happen.
Okay, well,
Well,
I have another deep conversation. Are you ready? Deep. This is like a good party starter.
Is it deeper than a straw hole?
I haven't thought about this one religiously. So, do crabs think that we walk sideways?
I
Oh.
would say so. I would say that from their point of view, we are walking in a strange way.
You know, little crab daddy comes out.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
This is
So
this is
who's
like
walking sideways, us or the crab?
this is a really
Based on the
like
perspective.
higher definition question of like, if we meet extraterrestrials, like, and they are not like us, is it from our point of view that they are wrong, or is it from their point of view?
No, there's
Meaning,
no
like,
right
The
and
way
wrong
we
there.
perceive, the way we handle things, our
I
morals,
take that
those things.
back. If they're
Would
just
we
done, like,
be
slashing people,
angry that they
they're wrong.
wouldn't understand us? And then we bring that back into our world of when we go to other countries and they do things different from how we do them. Do we see the perception as, well, they do it wrong? Or do we see it as, oh, they just do it different?
But I think like that's the thing is that we get so bent up on like something having to be right or wrong. Like, that's very binary thinking, black or white, right or wrong. That's how we get trapped. That's how mind control, brainwashing, cult leadership creeps in.
I know we all agreed about the crab thing, but I mean, if we just like slowly push that out to like other things in our world, isn't it
Like
funny
a
how we kind of like start
mandatory.
to pull lines where we're like, oh, that's not okay.
Well, I
Well,
do think that there is the perspective. Like, I hadn't really ever thought about it until you said that. Like, wait, if aliens come here, then are we the extraterrestrials to them?
no, it's here. If we go there, we're extraterrestrial. But if they come here, they're extraterrestrial. Like, isn't extraterrestrial? What does terrestrial mean? Like, they're
Like,
from a different terrain,
right.
not from this one.
They're not from this one. So they would be the extraterrestrial. But what I'm saying in that question, which I think Chris is getting to, is are we the alien species or are they the alien
No,
species?
we
in
would
their
be the
mind?
alien species if we're in their domain. So if we're out in our little spaceship in outer space and we happen upon where they live, we're the aliens. They're not the aliens.
Just a quick question. What was the little?
That's us zooming around in the spaceship.
Oh, okay.
That's how it sounds when you zoom around space in your spaceship.
Okay.
Didn't you know that? I got another one for you. Are you ready?
Okay, ready.
What color is a mirror?
Oh.
Does
So
a mirror
if
have
we
a
go back
color?
to ancient times, it is a silver polished surface that was such a high shine that it could reflect light and colors. However, as we've moved into more modern times, they actually do lay a laminated silver product down that is so high definition that that's what we see as the reflection. The glass on top is just to keep that coating from being pulled apart.
So is a mirror silver? Is that
If
the
we're talking
color?
about the manufacturing process.
No, I mean the color. What color is a mirror?
Well, how do you define it? If you're talking about the product itself that reflects the light that you perceive, then it's silver.
I'm talking about the thing that you stare in.
It's whatever color I'm currently standing in front of.
When you're like, "Hi, I'm Jen. Good morning." No, I don't introduce myself to me in the mirror.
Trying to figure out who I am for the day. Does this fit?
Today I'm going to be.
Well, how do you answer that?
I actually don't know. Like, that's why I put it on my list. I was like, I don't know the answer to this question. Like the pizza boxes. That was a
pizza box. That's a definite answer. I got that.
got that one. Don't not,
What about
not
you,
wondering
Chris?
about
Do you
it.
have an answer what color a mirror is?
I like my initial reaction when you asked that was like silver was the kind of, I think it's going back to like what you were talking about, like the like how it's manufactured. Like that's where my head went. But then I also am like, well, we also see, and I know it's not a mirror, but like we get the reflection off the surface of water. We get like there's other ways that you see reflected things back at you, and it's not necessarily a color. Like it's a tough one
mirror
to
has
answer.
no color. Some things can have no color, I guess, right?
Well, then is silence sound?
Well, wait. It's the perception of color. Everything falls within a spectrum. It's just we're not able to perceive all of them.
But not a mirror.
No,
A mirror just
a
reflects
mirror
all of that.
reflects all colors and lights. There's
But it doesn't have a color itself. Like, what color is a light wave? No, the
whatever
color that
you
you're
can
seeing.
perceive.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was a
So
thought.
you could, I guess, by
That
that
was bad.
definition,
That one
you could
did have an
say
answer.
a mirror is whatever wavelength of light you're perceiving.
All right. So it's a lot of colors and no color. And I don't know. That's a thinker. I'm going to have to think on that one a little bit more. It's not as fun to think about as a straw, though. So that was a
I
lot
really
more
do
fun.
think the straw one is a little mind bendy,
So, like, right.
which is also how I like my straws, bendy.
Ace, what else you got for us?
Okay. If everyone in the world is unique, does that make no one unique?
Because we're all the same and that we're unique. Except for
I don't
me.
think so.
I'm
I think
definitely unique.
I think that's a categorical thing. Like, everyone's unique. So, like, that's the category. But then as you find what makes everyone, like, unique, that's where the differences lie. Like, that's where the uniqueness is.
But doesn't that mean that everybody's unique? So therefore we all fall into the same category, which is the definition of, breaks the definition of unique.
We're all uniquely ununique.
So let me say this. Can you produce two identical items?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, you can.
They're not
Yes.
produced at the same time. They're not produced with the exact same materials. Because as time goes on, new materials making the next one. So it's not the exact same item as the prior item. So it is no longer unique. It is unique. It is no longer of the same cut. So when we think about setting everybody in the unique category, that automatically deflects them from being different from one another.
I think that it all depends on how you define this identical. I mean,
I think he's going with the pretty universal definition of identical.
No, because you've like identical twins, but they're different people. They have different
They're not. I'm not
timestamps,
saying they are. I'm
but
saying.
they're
Wait,
identical.
are they truly
I'm not saying they are
ununique then?
identical.
They are
Identical twins are not unique.
They have their own unique thoughts. Like their personality can be unique.
The environment has exercised on them differently from the moment they were split.
My gosh, I feel like I just entered like a class.
All right.
Wow.
That was my question. Because everybody's always like, oh, you're so unique, or this is such a unique thing. Or when you think about vehicles or manufacturing processes, everybody's always like, oh, of course it's the same. And it's like, no, it's not. Because the materials that were used to make it yesterday are not the same as they are today or tomorrow.
Same enough.
But if we're saying unique is a category in which everything in it is different.
Unique means like there's a measurable, like there's a meaningful difference. Like unique, and it doesn't go from like exactly the same touching into unique and there's nothing in between. It's like a Venn diagram with a something in between, so that unique and the same don't overlap, you know. I don't know if it's a Venn diagram. It's actually a spectrum. There's no circle overlapping in this. It's a spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's where that was okay, Chris. How about that?
Okay, so I have a good one. Can you truly stand backwards on stairs?
Is this like a how you define standing backwards, or is this like a
you walk upstairs and you walk downstairs? Is there really a backwards?
Well, it depends on what.
Maybe you're
motion.
trying to walk down the stairs backwards.
Yeah, it depends on what motion you're going in. I was wondering if you were just saying physically, can you stand backwards on the stairs? And it's like, well, I'm pretty sure I can.
I think the question's a little deeper than that.
I forget the number of like how many waterfalls there were, but in Colorado there's this, is it the 7 waterfalls?
7 falls.
And there is a staircase that is just metal stairs bolted to the side of a sheer cliff.
With water falling on it.
Sounds horrifying.
And it goes like hundreds of feet up.
Slippery.
And if I think about your question, I would absolutely say that yes, because people were so afraid of walking down those stairs, they would turn around and walk backwards down the stairs. And so when I think about like your question,
So
that's
climbing down like a ladder. Almost.
yeah, kind of walking backwards
so, like,
and like
balance is not my forte. I'm not like gonna
Shocked.
win any awards for balance. I'm just like never has been. And we go up the 7 falls. Gosh, this was our 5th anniversary. And there's these signs all the way that say, like, you know, if you have to call emergency services
if you
to
get
get back
stuck on the
down,
stairs,
you're gonna have to pay, you know, X amount of like lots of dollars, especially at 5 years into our marriage. It was a lot of dollars. And I'm just having the best time of my life in Adventure Gen mode walking up the 7 falls, and water's falling on these rickety little whatever metal stairs that had just enough room to squeeze 2 people, one up, one down, and like barely any handholds in places. And I'm just going, there's literally like not much defying gravity here. Like I could trip and like be dead if I just tripped. Which happens. So we get, you know, that was when we get up, and I'm just like enjoying it, and we have got to come back down, and that's where my head is at. Like, so I sit down on the stairs because I just can't do it.
Pretty sure
And-
there's probably a sign that says not to do that.
No, I mean, I wouldn't have been reading it if there was, but like, I'm pretty sure the look on people's faces is like, who is this drama? Okay. What is be happening here? This is a lot. But I just thought, it's slippery. You're going down. Gravity is like making balance even harder than it normally is. And I'm gonna die. I'm too young to die. I'm too cute to die. Got, you know, all this stuff going for me. So then it was like this battle of, am I gonna make it down the stairs on my own without dying? Am I going to have to pay the $2,000 or whatever for emergency services to come rescue me? And am I going to have to wait up here until they get here? Because that's going to be even longer. And I'm pretty sure I inched my way down on my rear end quite a bit.
no, you made it down. I held your hand and went in front of you, and
It was pretty awful.
you made it down. It wasn't that bad.
Beautiful. Awful.
So where do you stand then on this idea of can you stand backwards on stairs?
I just don't see how going down backwards would have been better, because then I would have fallen and not seen
I don't know.
myself dying.
I think that actually makes it better. I think you can, because it's merely a definition of the direction that you're going.
Or you're intending to go.
Or you're
Maybe
intending
not
to go.
necessarily which way you're actually going, but what your intention is.
But then
if
you're,
you're like-
walking backwards upstairs.
If you're walking backwards up the stairs, but you fall, and you then fall down the stairs and you're facing down, you're still walking backwards up the stairs because your intention was to go up.
Right. But the question, can you stand backward on
Oh.
stairs? I had to reread the question because I got lost in the motion of it all. And then I was like, wait, no, it said stand.
I guess, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
if
like
you're at
saying,
the-
can you stand backwards in a hallway?
If you're at the top of the stairs and you're facing away, you're standing backwards. And if you're at the bottom of the stairs and you're facing away, you're standing backwards.
But you're either going to walk up them or down them.
Again, but if the hallway, like, are you going one direction in a hallway or the other? Like, can you
I don't think this
can you
question
stand
matters.
backwards in a hallway?
Do you think the straw question really mattered, though?
That
We're
one
really
matters.
struggling with that
That
one.
one really
Can-
does matter.
Can you stand backwards in a shower?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Although I think we would have to define what part of the shower is forward, because I
Right.
feel like the forward part of the shower is wherever the water comes at you.
No. The forward part of the shower is like the looking out.
No.
But I'm just saying we can apply that to the staircase, because it's like, what's the definition of what's backwards or not? It doesn't matter, because you're either moving in a direction or you're not.
I think
That's
that
what
the
defines
answer
backwards.
to this question is that forwards and backwards are conditional or judgmental directions. They're not what's that called? Like it's not like a cardinal direction that like there is always one, centering point. Forwards and backwards are like a they're subjective. They're not objective.
Okay.
They're
All right.
subjective.
My final one to offer up to this group, and it's one that I frequently find myself. I've now just started saying them both so that I can move past the conversation is it GIF or JIF?
Oh, JIF is a peanut butter.
JIF is the actual definition of the word by the guy who created it.
No, JIF is a peanut butter.
But
No, Jiffy is a
common
peanut butter.
vernacular is GIF.
Isn't JIF peanut butter?
Right, but it's spelled It's spelled GIF.
I'm just saying the guy who created it, he said, I called it JIF.
And just because you create something, you get to name it
Yes.
and misspell it, and then tell us we
yes.
have to pronounce it incorrectly.
Isn't that what we do with humans?
That's what we do everywhere else.
Tris.
Who's that?
Tris, stop her.
We had a whole episode based
I
on
have that-
people calling the thing not by the inventor, but by the brand name.
Genericization.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a trip, wasn't it?
That was like one of our first episodes.
I have a few more questions.
All
Some
right.
real thinkers. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Can sea creatures get seasick?
No.
A little fishy. Maybe he's got some inner ear balance issues. Can he get seasick?
No.
Maybe.
Don't-
Maybe.
Do fish have ears?
Yes, some fish have ears.
Well, don't they tell you not to tap on the glass because it bothers their ears?
I thought that was just due to the seismic
Vibration?
pressure through the water.
Some fish have ears.
I would
I'm
say
certain.
yes, that if fish have ears, by that definition, if a big wave tumbles them,
Like, what if you're just a really unlucky fish? You just are motion sick. You get seasick.
I'm sorry, I disagree with this one.
Did
Because
you-
then the issue is something else. Like
you
if it's
ask the fish? Is my issue something else? I get seasick.
don't we know?
Don't get me started on your
There are
issues, Jen.
answers to those for sure.
I got issues. You got them too. Give yours to me and I'll give mine to you.
I don't think that sea creatures get seasick.
I think they do. I'm going to ask Dory. Just keep swing.
She won't even remember.
Probably not. The other questions I have answers, but they were real thinkers. Do you have any more questions?
I have several.
Okay, let's hear them. He's like, no, you're going to jump at me again.
You're going to come at me with your right answer energy.
My circle pizza boxes.
Can true good, exist without evil?
No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. Maybe.
So the reason
No.
I ask that question is I always think about there's this old story when I was in the military of they would always cut the last guy who would, like, if they ran 2 miles, they would always cut the last guy, and then they would cut the next last guy, and then they'd cut the next last guy until there was only one person remaining. And so it's that definition of good and evil. It's like if good removes a certain amount of evil, then the next layer up's what's the next evil, and so on and so forth.
They would cut him like with a knife?
No, they would just be like, you didn't pass.
Would that mean I didn't have to run a mile anymore?
No, it just meant you had to train and do it again until you
Ugh.
could be one of the people that did pass.
If you're not
Oh.
first, you're last.
Well, that's the way that Jen views the world.
But when I think about good versus evil, it's like at some point you've cut so much evil out of the world, the next layer up of what is considered evil slowly pushes its way into what we consider to be good.
I
So
feel like that's the contaminated version. Like that's the humans come in and add the contamination to the good and the evil, like that there has to be evil for there to be good because like so there was this conversation happening last night that I entered on social, and it was like, yet again this conversation about sides and people changing their, viewpoint or what they support, and you know well, can we even trust them, and all this stuff. And my point of view is like, look, if you make it sides, then somebody has to lose in order for somebody else to win. But if instead what we are like centering ourselves on is values, then there's space for everyone to win. Like rising tide lifts all boats.
so even if a murderer committed murder, there's room for them at the table.
That's not what I said. That was not that. It was around the values that we are centering ourselves around. So I certainly wasn't advocating that like you just blindly trust everyone no matter what. I think it's more about like it if we make things so binary, so one or the other, that in order for you to be right, it requires the other to be wrong. Like that's the humanity tainting this like concept of good and bad. I think it's just our limited ability to perceive based on the way these concepts were formed in our minds from a very early age. Because if you think about it, good and bad, they're like the first lesson I feel like that you learn as a child. Like you get taught what is bad and what is good, what's reward and what's punish. And so you grow up with this mental model that they're diametrically opposed. But then you take an ethics class in college and you realize that life is about a lot of shades of gray.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think like there's this level of I do think like we very much so enjoy them being in a very clear camp, like good and bad, like to be able to file and sort things. But at the end of the day, if you were to do away with all the bad, like whatever your definition of that may be, like then when you start to rank like the best to like the not good, and Ace going back, that goes back to that question of, well, then are we just always creating like this bad, like this idea of what bad is?
So, one of our favorite movie franchises of late, Wicked. There's a line, and I believe it was Wicked for Good, that that Elfie says to Galinda, where she's basically like, they need me to be bad so that you can be good. And so in that way, I do think the answer to the question is no, they can't exist without each other, but not because in their pure form they require each other, but because in our human nature, it's like we can't see one without the other.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, we love our neuro nuggets, right? Like our little neuroscience perspectives to bring in. And there has been research within cognitive neuroscience that talks about how our brain actually craves the ability to categorize and understand, be able to predict things. And so whenever we enter these spaces or these types of conversations where we're not like, things don't necessarily very easily fall into a place, it can stir up like uncomfortableness in us, because those shades of gray. Like it's hard to like suss out where this stuff lands.
There's an episode of The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon is like bothered because somebody is starting a song and they don't finish it all the
Oh,
way
yeah.
to the end. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
he
Or,
just, huh?
yeah. So something kitty, right? Like
Soft kitty,
yeah.
warm kitty, little ball of fur.
Yeah.
Happy
Well, see, you would have to start all over again now.
kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Like, wait, and the point that was being made is like, it's so uncomfortable to have that hanging without closure. It's like you singing that song from our childhood prior to this starting. And like, I know how it ends, and now I'm gonna have to sing it, and it's gonna keep going on repeat in my head. And
And we're not talking about the song that never ends.
but in my head, they do
It never
end
ends.
until we replace it with something else. So I just sing them out loud so everyone else can be as annoyed as I am. But yeah, that need for cognitive closure is something that's like very real, and not everybody struggles with that, but you know, a lot of people do.
Well, I think it was like I think the way that you were like, yes, no, yes, like it talks about how like this research talks about how like our brain like kind of glitches. And so it was interesting to kind of see.
Like watch me go, yes, no,
yeah,
no,
look,
yeah,
I think
no.
we broke Jen.
It's that it doesn't like open loops. Your brain, its ambiguity triggers this mild stress response, and then we go into like seeking stability. And if you think about it, like that's a survival instinct that we have to
Yeah.
seek stability, homeostasis, like that. Yeah, that's like survival. How do you survive? It's by seeking like some kind of stability. So we're wired to like struggle with ambiguity.
Yeah, but there are people who do, like people who enjoy living in like this ambiguous gray space, and then people who like really struggle with it because they need that like those very
Yeah.
clear-cut lines.
And I would say that when I think about, say, leaders, whether that be at work or politics or, whatever, wherever you would see somebody and perceive them as a leader, I prefer a leader that thinks about their answer and is not knee-jerk answering. Meaning, like, while we're thinking through our processes, that yes, no consideration that they're talking about, that the leadership actually takes a moment and like tries to pull in as much information as possible before rendering an answer. I fear people who just say, I know all the answers and here's how it goes and this is what we're going to do. And you're like, wait a minute, like maybe we should think about this a little bit.
I feel like it's my go-to like phrase. I should put it on a t-shirt, but really it's all about balance. It's that like, don't move too slow, that, you don't take action, but pause long enough to make sure you have enough information to make the best decision. You can't know everything. Then you get stuck, but you can't like move without information and then, like constantly be making uninformed decisions.
Yeah, I also feel like there's this level of like lived experiences, right, that we all go through. And so we build an understanding, and it does like we've talked a lot about how it can bring things up in us, like these reactionary like triggers that, cause all sorts of reactions to just start happening uncontrollably within us. And I think it's like this idea around understanding that our lived experiences aren't the same as everybody else's. And so where we may have a stress response to someone or something, someone else may have an excitement or a happy response to something because whatever their experience was with it was a positive thing. So to me, it's not so much just about like your understanding of something. It's like your ability to understand like the broader impact. And I think, Ace, that's kind of what you were talking about from a like I want to know that this, like, it's not just something, that knee-jerk reaction, that it's solely from your perspective that these decisions are being made. And Jen, to what you were saying, it's like bringing all of that informed decision making forward to try and choose the best next step. So I know that these questions were meant to be fun and a little hee hee ha ha, but there was, like,
How are they? Were they meant
hee
to
hee
be?
ha ha.
Hee hee ha ha.
Yeah.
Is that what they say while they go through outer space on their spaceship?
No, that's yeah, exactly. So I appreciate you all going on this journey with me. Did anyone else have? Sorry, I kind of like jumped in. I took us onto the neuroscience journey. Were there any other fun questions that we were hoping to sort through?
I'll leave some for everyone to kind of ponder as they go about the rest of their day. These I do think have answers. I just don't know what they are. And I think they're not, I don't know if we know. Who really invented human languages? Like the very beginning? Like, how did people communicate before there was a shared language to be taught? Like where did that come from? That's the mind bender for me.
I'm pretty sure there like college courses on this.
The second one I have here, is darkness a thing or just the absence of a thing?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Really think about it.
That's what I'm bringing to that one. Next one.
The next one, I did a lot of reading on this one, actually, and like I did, there is an answer to this one, Mr. History. These are where all my questions go back to, like, the beginning of things and how did we get to where we are today in our understanding. Who decided weeks should have 7 days? Apparently there was like a committee in the world that was like deciding these things, and the Romans tried to make it 5 days for a while and that didn't work, and whatever. But like, who decided? It clearly was before Genesis was written, because 6 days, and on the seventh he rested.
This is strictly an observation of a couple of the questions that you've posed.
Yes.
You've obviously done the research and you understand that there is a history to some of them, but it seems as if you don't like the answers.
No, it's not
that the common folk have agreed.
It's not that I don't like the answers. It's that I don't feel like they're specific enough. They still leave too much unanswered for me. Like, it's
Well, I don't think anyone, like, thousands of years ago was like, oh, let's keep a record of this. There's going to be this woman. Her name is Jen. She's going to have a lot of questions.
She's curious, man. She wants to go, like, really understand it. A day in the shoes and really, like,
They didn't even have shoes.
A day in their feet. I'm just fascinated by the concept of, like, what must it be like for these things that we take so for granted to have been not for like just new. How did this all why do we do this way?
There was a huge loss of knowledge from when the Library of Alexandria burned to the ground and was destroyed, but then also during the Crusades, when the Crusaders went in and burned tons of documents. There is a huge gap in human knowledge for history specifically. So at some point in some manuscript, some scrap of paper, they probably documented everything very thoroughly, but
maybe it's buried
due to wars and other things, they were destroyed and burned because they were considered heretical because it came from a different religion or a different area of the world.
I know that I have a rule about not touching dirt, and I don't like bugs and outside stuff really for too long, but I'm not a camper. Like, we all know these things about me, but there is a part of me that just is like, if I could do anything, I would want to be an archaeologist, because, man, like, I know. I see your face. You're just like, no. But
Jen would show up on the dig site. Ace, dig over there. Ace, brush that off. Ace, can you water that and then bring it to me when it's clean?
Can you figure out the air system? It's a little stuffy out here.
I'd be the one in the tent looking at all this stuff. I mean, there's in the movies when they have people on dig sites, they all look very like they're wearing these clothes that seem designer appropriate for the dig, and they're not real dirty. Their fingernails aren't like jammed up with dirt and stuff. They're,
Those aren't.
Here's the real question.
Those aren't real archaeologists. I'm sorry.
If Jen was around when language began, where all of her questions are stemming from,
would she have any questions?
How
would she even think about it?
I don't even know if Jen would survive.
How would she communicate these things? I mean, don't you ever just get stuck thinking about this stuff? I do. You don't?
I do not know.
What? How? Why?
By research. Find the answer.
I read. I was reading. I read about like the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Sunday is named after the sun. Monday is named after the moon. Like they were named after planets and the brightest, most impactful stars in the sky, or constellations. I can't remember which I was reading, but I was like, just kind of ignored that part. Yeah.
I so appreciate this journey we have been on.
Chris is like,
everything from square and round pizza boxes.
No, that's not a mystery, guys. It's an engineering thing.
To Jen's hot dog casserole thing. Do straws have one or two holes? Like, look, this has been a lot of fun. So if you have strong thoughts, feelings, opinions on these, please, wherever you are listening, throw those in the comments.
Yeah, don't just place them there, like hurl them at us. We want to ponder. Let us know. We'll ponder with you in the comments. So.
We likely really will.
We likely really will. We hope you've enjoyed this. We'd love to be educated. Share your opinions.
But make sure there's a right amount of detail for Jen.
We may not agree. We may both agree and not agree.
Yes. So please share with us. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Depending on what platform you're listening to us on, you can leave a comment. You can reach out to us via email at connect@chrisandjenitm.com. And you can also text us at 940-278-8129.
And don't forget to follow us on social. We are definitely there. So join us. And until next time, be kind to yourselves and to one another, and have a great week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Ace, for joining us.